everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs, and my project today is using the new set Sunshine Vibes. It is an adorable set. You can do different rainbows with little different shapes. I really like this set. It's cute. Alright, I'm also using the Stylish Shapes dies, and I use the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. Alright, now this would have been much easier to do with a piece of DSP that's 12 by 12 because it is 8 by 6 1/4. But I really wanted to match the rainbow to this DSP, so I made it in cardstock first, and then I put some DSP on it. But you can make this whole thing out of DSP if you don't want to go through the steps of making it in cardstock. All right, either cardstock or DSP. We need a piece of paper. This one is Daffodil Delight. That is 8 by 6 1/4. I'm using 3 pieces of the Boho Vibes DSP, which is adorable. Let me show you. I just love it. And somebody asked me to do something with the popcorn bundle specifically, and I think this paper is perfect for it, so I think I'll use that. Alright, so we need 3 pieces that are 2 1/4 by 4 3/4. I cut a 2 1/2 inch circle using this Stylish Shapes dies out of Secret Sea. I cut a 2 3/8 inch circle using the circle punch out of Basic White. And I'm using 3 pieces of the rainbow and 1 of the stars. So this piece here is Daffodil Delight. Let me show you all the Daffodil Delight one is right here. The rickrack looking one is Cajun Craze. This one is right here. This is obviously the rickrack. This one I used Secret Sea. And then the star I used Cloud Clover. Alright, so let me get my Simply Scored. And we're going to start on the 8 inch side. Score at 2 1/2, 2 3/4, 5 1/4, and 5 1/2. Then turn it to the 6 1/4 inch side and score at 1 and at 1 1/4. Now I did share something a couple of weeks ago on my personal page that was from the West Coast Crafter, and she did this without the 1/4 inch lines, and she put a set of the Stampin' blends inside, but for the candy bar, I wanted to add that 1/4 inch, so I did get my inspiration from her. I think she might be Canadian. I don't think she's in the US. All right, now I'm going to fold and burnish my score lines. Now, this is the right side, and the 1 inch strip is at the bottom. All right, so it's going to close this way, and we have this 1 inch at the bottom. That's how we're starting. And this is what we're going to be doing. Not too much. All right, so we're going to start over here. Go to the second score line, cut it to the second score line, and then take those 4 pieces off. Go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, and take these 4 off. Okay, now we're just going to wedge this bottom rectangle a little bit on each side. All right, now that is what your cardstock should look like when you're done cutting. We're going to do a bit more, but this is what it looks like when we're done cutting. Now we're going to flip it over. And you need a ruler because this is kind of stiff. We're going to go to the outside score lines of those 1/4 inch. You want the ones that are closer to the outsides, okay? And put that right on the score line, your ruler. Then we're going to take this top corner and fold it to meet where the ruler is. Okay? And now we'll go on this side. Remember, we're going not to this inside score line, to the outside score line. And this makes it so much easier when you have a ruler to stop anything from bending that you don't want to. And then fold this corner down right to that score line. Okay. And that is all of the folding and bending we're going to do for this part. All right, now get some liquid glue, and we're going to glue down these triangles. You can cut them off if you want to, but I'm not going to do that. It would be easier. It's easier to fold it on the DSP, but I wanted to try cardstock too. Okay, now we're going to flip up our bottom and put some glue right here, and then pull over one of our sides. Now either side will do. All right, and before we go on any further, stop right here. We have our 2 pieces of DSP. One we're gonna, 2 of the 3. One we're gonna fold down on this side, and one we're going to fold down on that side. All right, so right now we're looking to put DSP right here. So flip this over. This one we don't really need a ruler for because we're just going to meet the top to the side. And you can see how this would be easier with DSP because this folds much easier than the cardstock. And then we're going to attach this right here. Okay, I'll put a, you could cut these off too if you want to. I'm just gonna glue them down. Okay, then we're gonna put this right here. Try to get it in the right position. This way we don't have to cut any cardstock on funky angles or anything. Okay, now we're gonna close this side over. Yeah, I'm going to glue the bottom part here and just a little bit up there. And then we're going to fold this over and make sure that the bottom is nice and straight against each other. And the side is straight here. It will help to take out your candy bar and stick it in there, and then you have something to press gently against. Okay, and now we need this one. We need to fold down this corner. So I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to pull it over to where it meets the back edge and just fold it. Okay, and then this one will go right here. Now, I think you could put a Hershey bar if it's too, or whatever other candy bar. If it's a little loose, you can put like maybe a 1/4 piece of tissue around it and stick it in, and that would probably be fine. All right, now I'm going to glue this whole thing on. And there you go. All right, now let's let that dry. And first we'll do our stamping. So we need our circle. That is 2 3/8. And I'm going to use some Misty Moonlight Ink because I didn't get the Secret Sea. I should have, now that I'm using something that could use it. All right, and this sentiment says sending good vibes. I just want the good vibes. So I'm going to take a piece of Post-it note and put it over the sending. I'm going to try to get it down in there so it's not impeding the good at all. All right. And then I'm going to try not to get much ink on there and then take it off. And we want this as far to the bottom as we can get it. Okay. All right. Now we're going to, this one I popped up, but I think I'm going to attach this because it's a little steadier when we attach it. I'm going to attach the two circles together. This one is a little over 2.5 inches from the Stylish Shapes dies. And I'm just going to attach these two together. All right, now we need all of the pieces of our rainbow. All right, and this time I'm going to use my silicone mat with some glue and a little piece of sponge. And first, let's do the largest piece out of Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to put this as close to the top, maybe a little bit low. That's good. All right, and then I'm going to wipe this so I don't get it on my other pieces. All right, and then the rickrack I'm going to put next. Okay, and then this, almost a horseshoe, not quite. Okay, and then our star. This one, it cuts out too. This one's a little smaller than that one, but I think it's still good. All right, I'm going to wipe my mat off so that I have it nice for next time. All right. Now we need to put some dimensionals on the back of this. I'm going to put one right there and one right there on this. And then one in the middle. Ah, oh, darn it. All right, I put my decoration down too soon. I was able to get it off with damage that you should be able to see. What I didn't do first was I'm going to take this Darling Duckling. It's faux linen ribbon, which I loved when we had it in the red. And I'm going to tie a bow on the left side, right in the middle of where our decoration is going to go. This is very nice, and it's thin, but it's still stiff enough to tie a bow with. It's really nice. And we have this in all of the new in colors, I believe. Not sure about the cloud cover. I think, well, I know we don't have the ink because the ink just would not come out as good, close enough to the color. So they decided it wasn't good enough. So the ink isn't not there, but I have a feeling the ribbon is, but I have to check. I'm sorry, I don't know. There we go. All right, now we'll put, I already have two dimensionals on that are still sticky, and I'll put one in the middle and two on the sides. I do have to get my nails cut. They're getting too long, which is a first for me. Usually my nails are short. Okay. Then I'm going to put this on. I'm going to move the bow as far onto the side as I can get it. And then I'm going to put this where it just brushes that bottom V. Put my bar in there. I should have gotten 2, but I didn't want to eat them. All right. Now, I'm going to add just a little bit of Wink of Stella to the star to make it just come out just a little bit more. And for the final touch, I'm going to use the 2025 to 2027 in color flat pearls, and I'm going to use them in the Darling Duckling. And I'll put a small, medium, large. All right, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. All of my info is below. Please subscribe and hit the like button. And I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.